Welcome to KMNH, Kids Making the News Happen 4th of July edition.
Welcome to KMNH, Kids Making the News Happen.
If you've been following KMNH and our special reports on the Northside 4th of July plans, then you know that the Northside Parade Committee has been working hard to organize this year's Porch Parade activities.
We have those passports that we printed up. Those are going to be really handy to keep track of your favorite houses and sort of track your journey. And we want folks to be on the lookout for stickers. At some houses they'll be out. We've been encouraging people to put them out like Halloween candy. The interactive map online is a really good tool for planning a route, looking at block parties, looking at themes that people have put together for their houses. So that's on our Facebook page.
This year, Happen will also be dropping off a free Happen Creativity Kit to each block party so that kids can get creative and have some fun this 4th of July. Inside are all kinds of take-home activities for kids to celebrate the 4th of July in Happen style. We wish you a happy holiday and we hope to see you around the neighborhood.
Happen's team Breadwinners have been hard at work making and selling T-shirts for this year's 4th of July Northside Porch Parade. Happen's teams will be visiting each block party to sell commemorative T-shirts, and you'll have the option to customize your shirt with your block party street names on the back. Here are the block parties and times that you can buy your shirt and support teens in Northside. Shirts and mugs are $15 each plus tax. For an extra $5, you can have your block party street name printed on the back of your shirt. Recently, Happen's Breadwinners also designed and printed 400 shirts and bags for this year's Over-the-Rhine Film Festival organized by Lab. The film festival starts next week, and I had a chance to catch up with TT Stern-Enzi and Jason Harris to tell us more about this year's OTR Film Festival.
We have 24 film blocks this year as part of the Over-the-Rhine International Film Festival. And basically, out of those 24 film blocks, 36 of the films that we received from Film Freeway made it into our competition slate this year.
The film lineup is packed this year with documentaries, dramas, comedies, and even animation.
It means that we have 45 films that are playing as part of the festival this year. We got films from Sundance, South by Southwest, Tribeca, and the Toronto International Film Festival as well, which is an exciting opportunity for us to present those stories from all around the world to audiences here in Cincinnati.
The film festival celebrates difference, diversity, and honors our shared humanity, a world where film and media reflect value all.
We are focusing on 5 sort of themes or tracks, if you will, that are part of the festival. So we're looking at diversity, disability, freedom, faith, and identity.
So I think that it's so exciting that a film festival is around that celebrates our humanity and the experiences that we have and brings it from a multi-sectional approach. And I know as a person with disability, it's exciting to have disability as part of sort of the identity and sort of thing when sometimes it's sought outside of that. And for Cincinnati, it's amazing that this is the largest film festival in a region that's so close to so many different people, that it brings these stories and experiences to so many, especially things that people can relate to on their own stories or experience other people's stories.
You don't want to miss this event.
So the best way to buy tickets is to go to otrfilmfest.org and you can look at the films that are on there and what's playing and be able to see trailers and buy the tickets on there.
For more of my interview with TT and Jason, stay tuned after this broadcast for KMNH Extra. You may not know her name, but if you drive by the intersection of Chase and Hamilton during school day mornings and afternoons, you can't miss her. She might have even told you to slow down, stop, or helped you cross the street. is Miss Laverne, one of our senior public school crossing guards. Miss Laverne has been helping kids cross the street in snow, cold, rain, and even the heat of the summer the last 15 years. No easy job, as her assigned intersection for the last 8 years has been the intersection at Hamilton and Chase Avenue, one of the busiest intersections in the city. Wednesday was Miss Laverne's last day as a Cincinnati public school crossing guard and the beginning of her retirement.
Yeah, I'm 77, be 78 in October. I'm proud of my age. I'm still standing. God bless me.
Happen Teen Hall members presented Miss Laverne with flowers and a gift card Wednesday morning and asked her what was her favorite part of being a crossing guard.
The children, and I like when they smile when I give them Halloween candy.
Over 100 people responded to Happen's Facebook post this week announcing her retirement. Liz Kitchell said she is amazing. She did both Chase and Parker Woods since they have different start times. Thanks for all you did and happy retirement. On the Only in Northside Facebook page, Jennifer Hudson Likens wrote, "Congratulations, she will be missed, always smiling." And Kate Bridgman wrote, "She's the best." Miss Laverne has been helping me cross the street in Northside since I was 7 years old, and we will all miss her. Thank you, Miss Laverne, for caring about our safety and always with a smile. Thank you for watching KMNH, Kids Making the News Happen, and I hope everyone has a great 4th of July. And remember to stay tuned for a KMNH Extra with my interview with Jason and TT from the OTR Film Festival. The film festival starts next week, and I had a chance to catch up with TT Stern Enzi and Jason Harris to tell us more about this year's OTR Film Festival.
So I've been doing stuff around LAD for about 10 years as an advocate and doing certain speeches, and I've done speeches at Real Abilities and in OTR, but I started working at LAD in September after going to graduate school for disability studies and then working at the university, and I really, really like working there.
In terms of the family-friendly slate that we have this year, I would say that the easiest and best choice would probably be the animation selection that we have. We have a package of, I believe, 5 or 6 short films that we got from filmmakers from all over the world. So it's an exciting opportunity to showcase what, those storytelling techniques and what people were able to tell as far as those being stories from their communities that again are going to have that kind of great family-friendly kind of vibe. They use lots of different animation styles, telling some really fun, almost kind of folksy and folklorish kind of stories about those communities. And I think that would be a great opportunity for families to come together to get to see and to hear these stories from other parts of the world. So that would be the easy and obvious choice that I would say would be the best selection that we have for families as part of this year's festival. And in a lot of cases, we'll have a particular film that might touch on several of those themes at once. So again, if we can do that and we can find those films, it kind of helps us develop kind of a sweet spot, if you will, in terms of the intersectionality. But we are looking at those films and again, those themes in the broadest way possible. So if you're talking about identity, it can look at any aspect of how we might I kind of associate or think about identity for ourselves and the world around us. In terms of faith, it's the exact same thing. There isn't necessarily one specific aspect of faith that we're looking at. It can be about, a religious or spiritual kind of faith. It can be about faith in humanity, faith in people in your community. All of those themes, again, we're looking at and we're using in the broadest way possible.
I like a lot of the films. I think there's I like that a lot of the films I feel like are really cool narratively, and they would just be films that I would want to watch no matter what. And I feel like as a person with disability, films like Best Summer Ever and Coda are just things that it's exciting to see characters with disabilities, but also about just something bigger than some of that, especially with Best Summer Ever, as somebody who loves musicals, and just being able to, it not being ignored as part of the story, but not necessarily the central focus point of the story. I think it's so cool because it sort of relates to how I feel like about my life. It's something that's important to me, but not the only thing about me, or something I think about like 24/7. So I mean, there's a lot of it. Americanish is a film I'm really excited to see. I like the rom-com and sort of a new twist on it. So I'm pretty excited about this year's film festival slate.
I'm going to choose one film in particular that I'm going to say that I really related to. It's a film that we're playing at the Freedom Center called Black Cop. I saw that film back in 2018 at the Toronto International Film Festival. So it's been around for a while. Didn't really kind of break out in terms of getting distribution to play in theaters, but it was a powerful story then about a black police officer who decides to, basically treat the people, the white citizens in his community like black people are generally treated by white police officers. He kind of decided to say, well, let's see, if we were to switch that dynamic around, how would other people relate to that experience? How would they feel about it? And it's a powerful, powerful film, and it's kind of controversial in a lot of ways, which meant that back in 2018, we weren't ready as a festival to be able to screen that film. But it's always been in my mind. It's one of those stories that I really wanted us to get around to. And this year, especially coming after everything that we experienced in 2020, I felt that it was imperative that we focus on that. So as part of my Truth and Reconciliation Project grant, I actually wrote about that film, kind of knowing in my head that if I could get the long form essay out about it, and then give us the opportunity to screen the film and have it be in dialogue with that essay, and potentially even bring in Chief Isaac to be a part of the conversation after the screening, it would be a great chance for us to have a really tough and very difficult conversation, but do so in a way that, again, people would feel, hopefully, comfortable being able to come in and to share their thoughts and feelings about the film and about the issue as a whole. And again, like I said, that's one that for me I particularly related to, because when I saw it in Toronto, the audience that I saw it with, there were 400 people there, and everyone had a very strong, visceral response to that film. And I looked at it and I thought, wow, I want to have this kind of reaction to this film in Cincinnati. It was great to see it in Toronto, but I wanted that vibe and that experience here as well. So I'm excited that we're going to have the opportunity to do that this year.
This year's festival theme is a new lens to life, or a new lens on life, and it really was focusing on sort of being able to a new perspective on things, especially even after the pandemic and all the things that happened, and just being able to take others' experiences. And so I wasn't as involved with finding the films, which they do an amazing job, but I know that there were some films that were recommended and people went to festivals to find, and some, because of the pandemic and everything, sort of an open, sort of be able to submit. So people looked at about 450 films, I believe, to go through all of that, and through the film selection committee, and they did an amazing job. I hope people enjoy the experience, and, I think it's nice that this is happening at a time we can hopefully all get out and be able to enjoy each other. And hopefully this gives people an avenue to be able to do that and experience things from their perspective and others.
I feel like as part of this process and learning more about what you guys are doing here, I think the thing that I would like to add is something I've already told you up front. You should use all of these opportunities and experiences along the way to help you figure out what's the next thing you want to do. Because if nothing else, that story about Black Cop should tell you that, yeah, I saw that film 3 or 4 years ago. The opportunity wasn't right to kind of figure out how to use it and program it at the time, but I held on to it because I kind of felt like, wow, at some point I'll have the opportunity to use that and it'll be in my back pocket and it'll be great. This work that you're doing here is going to give you plenty of opportunities to have that same kind of experience. It may be something that you'll research as part of your investigative work or whatever else, and the story may not necessarily come together in the way that you want, but hold on to those ideas and the thoughts about it, because at some point in time, somewhere down the road, a better opportunity may come up. And if you get it, hey, you'll be ready for it. So always think about those things and be ready for the next experience and the next opportunity that comes along. And you guys you're gonna do great.